Welcome to another Kyle High Club episode. And as usual, I've got a very special guest on my show. Today, I've got one of the offspring, a kidlet from Meel Vignetting called Raynen. Welcome to my show, Raynen.
Hello.
Raynen, thank you for coming on my show. It's a very big honor to have you on here. Is this your very first podcast?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? How old are you? What are you currently busy with in your life?
Well, I'm 7 years old, and I'm 8 years old. So I I was 7 years old, but I'm 8 years old. Yeah,
Okay, and you're currently going to school. What grade are you in at school right now?
I'm in grade 2 right now, and I'm having a lot of fun learning lots of stuff.
And do you enjoy school?
Yes, it's very fun.
What would you say is your favorite part about school? Like when you wake up in the morning and you're ready to go to school, what is the one thing you think about that excites you the most about going to school?
What excites me, what excites me the most is when I do work.
When you do work, when you do schoolwork, that excites you.
Yes.
Okay. And what would you say is your favorite subjects that you're currently doing that you think these subjects are my favorite ones?
My favorite ones is math.
Math. Okay. S- Do you do math for fun?
Yes.
Like so you do math at school and I guess you do math for homework, but do you do math problems or something math orientated for fun that's not for school?
I do math problems.
Okay, so tell me a little bit more about that.
So it's very fun. Yeah. So
That's no problem. So, and in your own private capacity, when you're at home and when you're at home, what excites you the most when you're at home? You know, when you're with your mom, when you're at your place of when you're not at school, you're at home. What do you like to do at home? What's one of your favorite activities to do when you're at home with your family?
um my favorite activity to do at home is to watch TV with my family.
TV.
Yes.
Okay. And do you have any specific show that's your favorite that stands out amongst the most?
Um my favorite is my favorite is Spider-Man No Way Home, the new movie.
Spider-Man No Way Home. Have you have you seen the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? Have you seen that one?
Yes, I have.
That is my favorite one. I like that one because of the animation style, like the way it is animated, and you get to see a little bit more about Spider-Man. That there is, or the different universes, like you exactly the same like No Way Home, where there's a different universe with the different Spider-Man that there are. I like the animated one a little bit more because I feel you can get a little bit more creative with animation versus live action.
Yes.
So, if you have to pick out all of this out of the superheroes, is Spider-Man your favorite?
Not technically.
Oh,
My favorite is actually Superman.
why?
Yes, it's just he has very cool superpowers.
So you prefer his superpowers towards Spider-Man?
Yes.
Okay, like. Um. So Superman, his day character is Clark Kent, and then when he is a Superman, he does all of the things. And with Peter Parker, he's a little boy, and then when he's Superman, do you think um everyone has got a version of themselves, which is the version where I have a super version, and then I've got everyday version. Like if you think about it, when you do work at school and when you play with your friends, do you think you're the same person or do you have a version of yourself?
I think I'm the same person.
The same person. You're just the same person all around.
Yes.
So you don't really feel there's a version of yourself that you have to change in order to adapt to certain environments.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. So I like the fact that you always try to be yourself wherever you go. And I think that's beautiful. And you've never been in a do you feel like you've ever been in a situation where you need to tone down yourself a bit, where you don't always have to be yourself, or do you just feel like you're still yourself, you just need to choose your options?
I think I'm still myself and I have to choose my options.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about your friends. What type of friend, how many friends do you have, and how often do you see your friends?
I see my friends a lot, but I'm not really sure how many friends I have because I have
You,
a lot of friends.
you have a lot of friends. That's lucky, huh?
Yes.
Okay, so you mainly see your friends at school, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, do you see all of them all at once, or do you have like little friend groups where you go visit these friends a bit, and then that friends a bit, or then another group of friends, or do all of the friends play together?
All the friends play together.
What type of games do you play in today? You know, what type of games do you play with your friends?
Like, I'm not really sure. We play a lot of games.
You're not sure. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, we play like tag, hide and seek, freeze tag, Marco Polo, and that stuff.
yeah. Okay. So, if you have to choose a game, let's say you can play any game for the rest of your life, but only that one game, and you're not allowed to play other games ever in your life again. What game would that be?
That would be freeze tag.
What? Why?
It's just so much fun.
Okay, what's your favorite thing about freeze tag? Do you enjoy being able to run and hide, or what's the difference between freeze tag and normal tag? Explain that to me. I don't understand how freeze tag works.
The thing about freeze tag, if the person's it and he touches someone, then he's frozen. But the other person has to tag him, and then he's not frozen anymore.
So if you tag me, I'm frozen, but someone else needs to come tag me so I can run around again.
Yes,
So okay, so but anyone can tag anyone, or is there only one person that is on that needs to tag everyone else?
only one person. That
So how do you change the person who's on? How do you make someone else on?
well, if he gets everyone, then they choose who's on. Okay.
Oh, okay. So if when you're on, your goal is to be able to freeze everyone.
Yes, that's your goal.
Oh wow! Have you ever achieved that? Have you frozen everybody?
No, not yet, but I do want.
So that is number one on your bucket list currently. You want to be able to freeze everybody at one go.
Yes.
Okay. So Raynen, if you have to wake up in the morning, you know, if you have to be thankful for things in your life, what things in your life are you the most thankful for?
The what I'm most thankful for in my life is my family,
Yeah.
because it's just I can spend so much time with them, and yeah,
Okay, so family is very important for you. I love that. And you have a brother, and you have your mom, and everybody, and you mainly live with your brother and your mom, correct?
yes. But sometimes we go apart. Sometimes we go to our dad. Yeah.
Is that is so? Are you adapting to that situation where you be able to move around between your parents? You know, is that how does that make you feel?
I'm happy with it actually.
Oh, okay, also.
Yeah, but sometimes I miss my dad because I only get go to him like every second weekend.
So the time you spend, you need to try and do as much as you can in the little bit of time that you have with your dad.
Yes.
Okay. And how's your relationship with your brother?
It's quite good. We play a lot of games actually. Um one day we play like a, about 2 hours.
Wow. Okay. And with your the games that you play with your brother, that's probably different than the games that you play with your friends at school.
Yes, that is true.
Okay. So if you when you play with your brother, what type of games do you two play together?
Like fighting games and Dragon Quest and stuff.
Okay. So, do you like the fantasy world of dragons, or if you have to pick a fantasy world, between dragons and magic, or like you say, superheroes, what type of fantasy world do you resonate with when you play games with? That where you like to go and escape and imagine
What I imagine is magic.
magic. Okay, so do you draw or do you write stories?
Um, so I actually draw.
Okay, how? What do you draw about?
Well, I'm not really sure, but
You're not sure.
yes.
What? How are you not sure? What do you draw? Don't you know what you draw?
Sometimes when I draw very cool stuff. I have a technique. So, with one stripe is a lot of little stripes.
Oh, okay. So you bet. Okay. And mainly when you draw, what do you think about when you draw?
I think about cool stuff like robots and stuff.
Oh, wow. Okay. Do you ever think about making your own robot, building a robot?
Yes, I think about that when I draw.
Okay. So if you could build a robot, what would you want to make your robot do?
I want to make my robot build.
Yeah, but what must he do? If once your robot is built, you have your robot beep beep boop boop, it's standing out there. What do you want to make your robot do every day? Is it gonna be like your little butler, or do you want your robot to be able to be like Superman and save people's lives? What is your robot gonna do?
A robot's gonna be my waiter.
He's just gonna bring your food.
No, I mean butler.
Okay. So what do you call your robot, and what are you gonna make him do?
Um, I'm gonna make him do. I'm gonna make him do. I'm not quite sure, but let me think quickly. I think he must. I think he must bring all my food.
Because if you make it, remember when you build your robot, you must think about, okay, what do I want with this robot to do? And you must build really clever things into that robot in order to achieve that. So if you think about, okay, I want to make a robot that brings my food, perhaps you want to give him like a tray where the food can go on, and make him wheels so he doesn't slip or fall over. So you need to think about these type of things when you build your robot. What is it that you want, that I want them to do?
Yes.
What do you want to become when you grow up? Like what career path do you want to follow when you grow up?
I want to be a photographer.
What? Okay. What type of photographer? What type of photos do you want to take?
Photos about nature.
Oh wow. Okay. So you want to become a nature photographer. Your grandfather takes photos of nature, right?
Yes. Also, my aunt.
Wow. Okay. What type of nature do you want to take pictures of animals, plants, and trees? So tell me a little bit. When you see yourself as a photographer when you grow up, what take me through a day in the life of what you want to do with photography.
I want to take a lot of pictures of plants, trees, animals, and a lot of beautiful stuff.
Do you also want to learn how to play music like your mom?
I also want to do that.
Okay, so if you so do you think you're gonna try and learn how to play some music from your mom? Does she teach you, or what's your view on that?
I really want to let my mom teach me to play guitar.
Okay, so you'll be able to play guitar. So, but that's not something you want to do as a profession. You want to rather be a photographer, but you also want to know how to play guitar.
Yes.
Okay. Do you ask her to teach you, or do you feel that's something that you still learn at a later stage?
I feel that I can learn at other stage.
Okay, you've got other priorities right now. So if you have to tell me, if you know, we're thankful for your family, you've got friends at school, and you've got your dad where you go visit to. Are you generally happy with life? Would you say to someone, Raynen, is happy with life?
Yes, that is true.
Okay. So if you have to give me advice, so if you tell me, so let's say my name is Kyle and I'm not happy. If you have to give me advice to be happy, what would you say to me?
Um, I would say you could play with me.
Okay, so we need to, so you think if you play more, your sadness will go away.
Yes,
Is that what you do when you're sad? You want to go play?
yes.
Okay. Are there any things you do by yourself? Let's say you can't play with friends or your brother or anyone. Is there anything you do by yourself when you're sad, when you to make you happy?
I play with my toys.
Okay. So always, it's sadness. You know what? I need to play somehow. If there's people involved or not, I'm gonna do it.
Yes.
Okay. So Raynen, if you took any questions for me, what questions do you have for me?
I'm not quite sure.
You're not sure. Okay. Well, that's fine. That's fine. I am putting you on the spot and we're talking and we're recording this, so it is very overwhelming. So I want to ask you, let's imagine we we live in a castle, right? We live in a castle, me and you in a castle. We're gonna build a story now. So we are both knights in this castle and we need to go do something. So let's try and build a story. So Ryan, what do we think we're gonna go do? We're in a castle. We're knights. We've got horses. We've got swords. We need to go on a quest. What would you say our quest be? Where are we gonna go?
Um, we we are gonna go. We're gonna go fight some other knights in other castles
Okay. Are we? Why are we gonna go fight them?
because they have been fighting us.
Oh no. Okay. So we're gonna go fight these people because they've been fighting us. But why did they come fight us in the first place? Did we do something wrong, or are they just bad guys?
They're just bad guys.
So we're gonna gallop. We're gonna go to this castle. We're gonna fight these other knights. So let's say we win. What's our next move?
Our next move is there's a lot of stuff what knights can do.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying. Let's figure it out. So now we've gone to this castle. We beat these guys. What can we do?
Uh, it's quite complicated.
Why?
I haven't watched a lot of stories with knights and them.
Okay. Well, I would say like, listen. Okay, cool. We beat these guys. How about would you want to go slay a dragon?
Yes.
Huh? Would you want to go do something like that? Because
Yes.
we know dragons, they've got a lot of treasure, gold and treasure that they sit on in their hoard. So I would want to go do that because if we go slay that dragon, we're gonna be rich.
Yes.
One day I was there's I call it my dragon, right? This dragon I need to slay because there's this feeling I get sometimes where I feel like I want to go do something, but I can't do it, and I need to achieve it. And like you just said, when you feel sad, you want to go play. And sometimes it's not that easy. You can't just go and play. So in the mind, I need to tell myself, sometimes life gives you dragons to slay, and we need to overcome it and stay focused on what we want to do in our life. And
Yeah.
so, Raynen, you've mentioned you like math and you like to draw, and family is really important to you, and all of these things. How do you let me ask it like this? How do you think if you have to show someone how to be happy, what would your steps be to show someone like, listen, step one, spend time with your family. Step two, try to do something that you like. Step three, play with your friends. If you have to give someone a step by step on how to find happiness, what would your steps be?
My steps would be um my steps would be the same that you just said.
No, you can't steal mine. No, I'm just joking. No, I think um if you slay your dragons, like the things that make you sad, you can spend more time with um the things that you want to do in life. And you said you're very happy with life and you enjoy where you are, and I like that. And I think that's really important to make time to spend with the things that you like in life. You know where you want to go, and you're creative. You play with your friends. So I really like that, and I just want you to know that that's very special. It's very good to hear that you're happy and you're content with life. And I resonate with that. I like hearing that. I like hearing people having fun with life, myself. And I just wanted to ask you if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
I would go to Japan because I want to learn some ninja moves
You want to go learn some ninja moves. Okay. What are you going to do with your ninja moves?
to protect myself
Okay. From what?
from people who want to hurt me or stuff.
Okay. So you want to go all the way to Japan, learn ninja moves, and then you're protected. Okay. And after you've been to Japan, is there any other countries you want to go to?
I also want to go to England.
Oh wow. Okay. And what are you going to do in England?
Um, Actually, I'm gonna visit my aunt in England.
Yeah, and your mom has also been to England, so that's a very good place to go to. At least you got family there and go visit someone there.
Yes,
All right, all right. So you definitely want to go travel with your life. That's one thing that we know about, right?
yeah.
Okay. So don't you think if you want to take a photographer, you want to become a photographer and take photos of nature, you need to go see nature at other places because nature in South Africa looks different to nature otherwhere in the world. There's a lot of crazy places to take photos. So I think you might want to go travel somewhere else. I mean, what are your favorite animals?
My favorite animals.
Yeah, what animals do you like?
I I like lions. I like tigers. I like cheetahs. I like leopards.
Basically, all the animals that you can find in South Africa.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you seen some of these animals in real life?
No.
No. Wow. Okay, you might want to make a plan to do that. So you basically just see them all on TV.
Yes, just on TV.
Man, that's that. Well, luckily you live in South Africa, and all of those animals are around here. So that's something that you can do. You can actually go see them and try and take photos of them.
Yeah.
Who's your role model? Someone you look up to?
Someone who I look up to.
Yeah, who do you look up to? And you're like, wow, I want to be like that person. Someone that a real person, not a superhero or a character, like someone that you know, someone who do you look up to and think like, wow, that person is awesome.
Uh, I think up to my dad.
Okay,
Oh, and I want to be as strong as my dad.
yeah, and when you go to Japan and you learn your ninja moves, that's probably one of the reasons you want to be strong.
Yes, that's one of the reasons.
But I think you are very strong because strength is not always physical. Did you know that you can be strong with your mind?
No, I did not know that.
Did you not know that?
No, I did
Because
not.
I think you are very strong, very very strong, stronger than you think. Because you are a survivor. I mean, you've spent a lot of time in the hospital growing up. That is correct, right?
Yes, I was a year in the hospital.
Do you know why you went to the hospital a lot?
Yes.
And do you know how strong you are for still being here and being able to talk to me? I think I look up to you because that is being strong with your mind, being able to fight. Like, I want to live, I want to continue going. And that is also a way of being strong. And that's another way to look at it. Because, yeah.
No, you can carry on.
No, I just wanted to say, like, that's strength comes from your body and your mind. So I think you're a very strong boy, and I think if you keep going and fighting and want to live and being happy, that's very powerful. That's very, very powerful. You can be very proud of yourself for that.
Yes, I am very proud of myself.
Yeah. So strength comes in many forms. That's why some of the people that I look up to are very strong with their minds. That's why the people I look up to, people who like to fight or want to become a better version of themselves, people who want to help other people. That's the type of people I look up to personally. And having a father as a role model is a very good thing, because fathers can be strong mentally and physically, and I like to find people wherever I go. Like, you're also one of those people that I like to find all around the world that's very strong with their minds. These are people I look up to.
Yes. Well, it was a tough time in the hospital. Very tough time.
It's probably not fun.
It wasn't. It was not fun.
And I mean, you spent a lot of time in the hospital, and um, and I can't imagine what it's like to be apart from your family when you go to the hospital and you there a lot and you can't go home. Wasn't that scary?
It was scary.
I mean, you can't be around your family the whole time. So what? I mean, I can't even imagine how scary that must have been.
Yes, it was very scary.
But you're brave. I think you're very brave to be able to have been through that. I mean, me, I'm very scared of hospitals. I don't like going to them. So yeah, you're very, very brave.
Yes, I have done very challenges. Lots of challenges. I was very scared of stuff. Climbed a mountain. I was still scared and I was brave. I did it every time.
And you see, now you know that's how you can be strong with your mind. That's a very, very valuable tool to have. And you're speaking about climbing mountains. You and your mom and your brother, you guys go climb a mountain often, right?
Yes, we climb mountains very often.
Do you like doing that? I remember I've been with you guys once or twice climbing the mountains there, and it's very nice to be able to do that. So you guys go every now and then climb a mountain. I mean, that's amazing.
It's very fun for us to climb a mountain and it's also scary because there's a lot of loose rocks on the mountain that we climb.
Wow.
Last yesterday we climbed the mountain and it was fun, but a lot of loose rocks.
Oh no, because you go climb that mountain a lot, you know that, oh wow, there's gonna be loose rocks. I need to watch out.
Yes, I know that very well because I've climbed a mountain since I was 6 years old.
Oh wow. And and you guys go often, but the more you do it, the more you know. Well, I need to watch out for rocks. I need to watch out for this. And what's your favorite part? It's looking at the view when you're on top.
Yes, that's my favorite part of climbing mountains.
If you do something, if you do something a lot, you learn a lot about it, and then it becomes less scary. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree about that.
Because at first, a lot of people would say, "I can't climb a mountain. It's so big." And then when you're on top there, you see how beautiful it is. And yeah, there's a lot of scary things like loose rocks and all kinds of things to look out for. But the more you do it, you need to look out for them. So I like to do that with a lot of things. I like to teach myself how to do a lot of things because at first it might be scary, but the more you do it, you look out for things, and you become excited to do the scary things.
Yes, but in the first time that I began climbing mountains was also very scary because that was the first time I climbed the mountain. And when I went on top, I was just like, wow, I did it.
Yeah.
Scary, but I did it.
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't know what to expect. You're like, I don't know what is going on over here. But I think until you see that view, like, wow, I want to do this more often.
Yeah, it's quite fun now to climb a mountain.
I think some of the scariest things that we can do in life has got the best reward. Like a lot of good comes from the scary things, but we think are scary, but we won't know what reward we're going to get if we don't do them. Imagine you never went to go climb that mountain and never saw that view because someone said to you that mountain is scary.
Yes, but you just gotta be brave.
Do you listen to other people when they say something is scary and then you don't do something, or are you one of those people who would like to try out something for yourself and see first why if it's scary or not?
I'm one of the people that tries and to see if it's scary or not. Because you at first you think it's scary and you're not gonna do it, but then you climb the mountain, you're done.
But I think sometimes when someone says it is scary, you need to remember why they say that. But I'm one of those people. I remember, so I'll take people's advice. I remember, okay, I remember they said it is that, but I also want to go see for myself what it's all about. So I like that you also do that, because you learn from people and you learn from experience.
Yes.
So if you have to tell someone who is afraid of climbing a mountain, so let's say I'm scared of a mountain, I don't want to go up the mountain. What would you say to me, um, to help me be able to climb that mountain and enjoy the view?
I would have said to you that you have to be brave, just don't stress and just be careful. Don't fall from the loose rocks.
Be brave, don't stress, be careful.
Yes, that's my steps of climbing a mountain.
I like that. But sometimes it's not that easy not to stress, because you are gonna probably stress the whole entire time. But yeah, those are very good steps that you take. And if you if you have to try and explain another situation where at first you thought it was scary, but when you done it, it wasn't that scary. What other thing have you done in your life where you thought, "Whoa, that's scary," and then when you done it, you felt like, "Whoa, that's not that bad." What else have you done that felt like that?
Um, well, the first time that there's a lot of stuff was scared about, but the first time I had a brain checkup of, I was just like super scared.
Oh wow, I can imagine. A brain checkup in the hospital is not easy. You know. So how did you get through that? How did that happen? How did you get through that situation?
Well, yeah, I wasn't sure how I got through, but I just relaxed. Felt relaxed.
saying, I'm not sure what's going on. I'm just gonna relax.
Yeah, that's what I always do when I have a brain checkup in the hospital.
Yeah, and like you said, the first one, like the first time you went to climb the mountain, the first one was probably very scary. But when you realized I can do this, the rest wasn't that bad.
Yes.
How often did you have to go for these brain checkups?
Um, I think about a month or so.
What? That's a lot. And do you still have to do them often or not as much?
Not as much anymore.
Okay, okay. Nice, nice. Um well, I think that's really cool, to try and focus on not to stress, just be relaxed. And I think if a scary situation comes, if you just calm yourself and realize you can get through this, anything that comes your way that's scary, you'll be able to handle. Do you think so?
Yes. Anything that scares me or gets in the way, I just have to be brave.
What do you think? What scares you the most? What are you the most afraid of right now?
What I'm the most afraid of is um getting bitten by a snake.
What? Why?
You know, snakes are poisonous.
Oh, okay. But do you see a lot of snakes?
I haven't seen a snake yet, but I'm afraid of snakes.
But did you know this advice that you gave me? Snakes don't just come out and bite people. Snakes need to reserve their poison for when they need it, for when they need to eat. So if you are relaxed and you're calm, snakes won't do anything to you.
Yes.
So yeah, I think you'll be good, man. If you see a snake, you should just follow your advice. Just try to don't stress, relax, be careful. My friend Raynen told me that earlier, and you'll be fine from snakes. So that is the thing you're most afraid of, and you already know what to do.
But sometimes the snakes warn you. They want to
Yeah,
come close.
when you're in their territory, and sometimes not all snakes are like rattlesnakes where you can hear where they are.
Yes. But rattlesnakes are one of the poisonous snakes in the entire world.
And do you know what other snakes we have in South Africa?
No, I don't.
Yeah, we've got some poisonous snakes, but I think a lot of the snakes that you'll find, especially on that mountain that you climb, aren't really poisonous at all. So I don't think you've got a lot to worry about.
Yes, but sometimes you just have to be careful.
I think you always have to be careful. Always.
Yes, because sometimes when we climb the mountain, we hear something rattling, then we just think it's a snake, but it's not. So we just yeah, and it is actually a rattle, but sometimes you can get a rattlesnake on mountains.
Sometimes, but I don't think you have to worry about those. So it's just snakes. You're just afraid of snakes. That's it.
I'm also afraid of spiders.
What? Well, a lot of people are afraid of spiders, actually. Um, I the other day I watched my mother-in-law try to get a spider out of the pool, but this spider was probably as big as her hand, and this spider could walk on the water. Crazy, scary stuff. And they didn't know where to throw the spider because if they throw it outside, they were scared it's gonna come inside the house. So yeah, I'm not afraid of spiders because I also feel like if you don't touch them or if you don't go towards them, they won't do anything. It's not like they will come jump on you just to do something, but they are creepy and crawly. I think that's what makes them rather scary, and they've got 8 eyes
And 8 legs.
and 8 legs, and it's hairy. So it is they just look scary, I think.
Yes, but some of them are poisonous.
Some of them can actually catch birds. I've seen some of those spiders who can catch birds in their nest. How crazy is that?
That's real crazy.
Yeah, so you get spiders who can actually catch birds in their webs. But did you know the spider web itself is some of the hardest material in the world? That's why Spider-Man can swing from it, because that webbing is some of the strongest material in existence.
Yes, but I also wondered
Mm.
how Spider-Man swings around because he just shoots a web up and then he swings around.
Yeah, but he shoots his web on the side of buildings, right? And then he swings on the side of buildings. And one thing that I wanted to know is who goes and cleans all of the Spider-Man webs from all of the buildings where he swings around? Because
I
that might,
also wondered about that.
yeah, who goes around and cleans all Spider-Man's webs from all of those buildings where he's just swinging around?
Yes, because every single movie I watch, he's in the same town and he's just shooting webs. And every single movie, the buildings are clean.
I know. You don't see old Spider-Man webs hanging from last week from these buildings. You just see everything is clean. So who goes out and clean it? Does it melt in the sun, or does the rain wash it away? Like where does it go? That boggles my mind up until this day too.
Yes.
So, and then there's Superman. Sometimes you see him using his lasers, and he threw all kinds of bad guys against the buildings. Like, I always thought, who goes and fix all of these buildings after Superman this whole time? Does he go and pay them money to fix it, or doesn't he just care about it and just go about his way? Same thing.
Yes, same thing.
But if you could have a superpower, what would your superpower be?
Electricity.
Electricity. What are you going to do with electricity?
Well, if the power was out, I can just use my powers to put the power back on.
so, so you're gonna be Mr. Load Shedding. Is that what you're gonna call yourself?
No.
What would what would your super name be?
I don't let me quickly think.
Yeah, if you have to give yourself a superhero name,
Yes. Always gotta give yourself a superhero name.
always. You can't just walk around with superpowers and not have a superhero name.
My superhero name will be Thunderclap.
Thunderclap. So when you clap your hands, this electricity is gonna come back.
Yes.
Okay. If I had to have a superpower, I would. I don't know. I think I would want to be. I want to be able to teleport. So if I want to be somewhere in the world, I can instantly teleport somewhere. Pah, then I'm there. And if I want to come visit you guys in Pretoria, I can instantly teleport. Or if I want to go visit someone overseas, I can instantly teleport. I think that's what power I want to have.
Yeah, but electricity is one of the strongest abilities in the world.
In the world? Yeah, okay.
Yes, you can knock down a tree and and a pole.
Well, I'll just teleport somewhere else where you're not. Then I'm far away from you, so then I'm fine. I'm just one of those people who want to be able to go visit people. I'm not going to use my superpower as something for someone else to protect anyone or anything. I'm not going to be a superhero. I just want to be able to use the power for myself and be able to travel the world.
Yes. But I always wondered how Spider-Man, how a radioactive spider actually got Spider-Man. It's weird because a radioactive spider can't just bite someone.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Like Spider-Man got bit by a radioactive spider, and that's how he got all his powers. Except
Yes.
the web swinging because he has web shooters.
So there are different. So there are different Spider-Man. Like you'll see in the Spider-Man No Way Home. Tobey Maguire, the one Spider-Man, he doesn't have web shooters. He shoots it straight from him, and the other ones. So there are different versions of Spider-Man, because Peter Parker's father, he researched spiders, and so some of the Spider-Man used the research from their dads to make their web shooters, and the powers are just the stickiness and the strength of the spider. But yeah, I don't know how the poison of a radioactive spider and whatever happened to that spider. And my thoughts were, did that spider not bite anyone else ever after he bit Spider-Man? Is there like, didn't he bite anything else? And why, if he, let's say that spider would bite a bug, why doesn't that bug get powers?
Actually, only Spider-Man had powers in every single movie.
Yeah, and because that one spider bit him, but what happened to that spider? Did that spider not bite anyone else ever again?
I'm not sure because
Yeah. Well, there's only one. Yeah, there's more than one Spider-Man actually.
there's a lot more.
There's a lot more Spider, but that's because they're on different universes. In the Spider-Verse, they call it.
Yes, like like Punk Spider.
Yeah, there's
It's the it's Spider-Man but in the punk suit, and he has a mohawk on his mask.
yeah, there's a lot of different Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse, but that's like because there's different universes. Because the thought of there being multiple universes, meaning there's another Raynen out there, and there's another me out there, and there's another one of your mom out there in the world. There's a different multiple universes out there. Do you believe that?
I do believe that.
I don't know. I don't know what I believe. That's crazy to think about, that there are multiple universes with multiple versions of ourselves. I just think in the multiple universes, there might not be other versions of ourselves, but there are just multiple planets with different things that happens on it.
Yes, but my favorite Spider-Man is actually Miles Morales
He is also my favorite.
because he can turn invisible and he can shock people, and no other Spider-Man can do that.
Well, I like the fact that he wears sneakers. And he's got and he made his own suit with like most of the Spider-Man made their own suits, but I like his suit the most. And like you say, yeah, he's got other powers that other ones have, but Miles is also my favorite Spider-Man.
Yes, but actually, in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, he actually took one of Peter Parker's suits and then he spray painted black, and then he made every single stripe with red.
Yeah, and he's very good at spray painting, and I think he brings a new dynamic to the Spider-Man universe. And like I said, he's wearing he's got sneakers, he's got his own style, and I just like I just like him the most because he basically got to experience other Spider-Man and see the other Spider-Man, and you could learn from him and adapt his own style from that.
Yes, but he also had to. But first, he couldn't control the invisibility and the shock. But when he made the suit, he could control it.
There's another question that I have, like, how does so let's say Spider-Man can walk on walls with his hands and everything like that, right? When he puts on the suit, how does he stick? Because he's got the suit over his fingers and stuff. How does he still stick to walls if you put the suit on over him? I don't. I've never understood that.
Me too, but I think because he can actually control the stick.
Okay.
So I think he. I'm not sure, but maybe nobody knows how he does that.
Yeah, like I always wondered about like, and then Miles got sneakers on, so how does he make his sneakers also stick? That's something I always wondered about.
But actually, when he wears the suit, but first when he jumps off that giant glass building, then he has sneakers. But when he fought that weird big guy, he didn't have sneakers on actually.
Mr. Big, yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I Spider Man is also someone that I like, but do you know who was my favorite superhero?
Who is your favorite superhero?
Batman,
Why is Batman your favorite superhero?
because he's just a normal human being. He doesn't have any specific power. He's just a clever human. He's a rich man, and he uses his brain to build everything that he can to be able to fight against Superman and to make gadgets and stuff. So I like Batman because out of all of the superheroes, he's like me and you, just a normal human being. He's just very smart and clever, and he can build and invent things, so he can do what he wants with it. So that's why I like him.
Yeah, but I also like uh we actually watched a Batman movie a few years ago,
Mhm.
and it was good. But that's when he, um, yeah. But also, what I like from Batman is that he has a Bat cycle, he has a Batmobile, and on the Batmobile is more gadgets than than you think.
Exactly, and that's what I say. Batman is smart. He makes his own gadgets. That's what makes him cool because he's like Iron Man too. Iron Man is also just a normal human being who's just very smart. So that's what I like about them. They're not superheroes that's been bitten by radioactive spiders or anything like that. They're just casual, normal human beings who's just ridiculously smart. I think Elon Musk can be a superhero if he wants to be.
Yeah, but I think he'll just stay with all of his money because he's also rich.
Exactly. All of like Batman, Iron Man, they are very rich. They invent things. Elon Musk is rich. He invents things, but he's just not a superhero.
Yes, but I think that Elon Musk, he can actually, I think he can actually use his money instead of just keeping it because, yeah,
Yeah, I think he can use his money to do a lot of good. Who knows? Um,
yeah, yes, because sometimes when he or he can use his money for other people who don't have money.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm with you. Build hospitals and schools and all kinds of things like that. I wish more billionaires would be able to give back because money that they'll never spend in their lifetime. Be able to help, things like people that are hungry or people don't have food and water. They can do everything to be able to help those people. I agree with you.
Yes. But sometimes when you're rich, you also have to like help people and give poor people money so that they can live a life, buy a house, get some food, get
So,
clothes.
if you are rich one day, will you help other people?
I will help other people.
So, if you're the richest man in the world, how will you help the world?
How I would help the world is every single poor man and woman and child. I will give them money so that they can buy a house, get food, get clean clothes, and so that they can get water and so that they can live a normal life.
Wow, that's very. So one day you're gonna become a philanthropist. You'll be able to help a lot of people.
Yes, want to help a lot of people.
So Raynen, I'm gonna start wrapping up this podcast. I first want to thank you again. So if you can say anything to anyone in the world right now, if you can say anything, if you can give advice or tell a story or say absolutely anything to the world right now, what would you say?
I would say that everybody should help each other no matter what. They have to help each other.
That's beautiful, Ryan. Thank you. Yeah, I think the world needs to help each other. Everybody wants me, just more for myself. And I think the world, yeah, sorry. No, go
It's
ahead.
very important to help other people.
Yeah,
And I think it's just good to help other people because you can't just leave them there. You have to help them.
exactly. I think that's very good. That's a very good thing to say. I mean, I think the world will definitely be a much better place if everybody just started helping each other.
Yes,
Ryan, thank you very much for coming to my podcast. I appreciate it. I value your time and feel free to come again and talk to me on this podcast. And I would like to say thank you for everything that you showed me and talked about and all of the information that you gave me. I really appreciate it. Thank you very, very, very much, Raynen. I want you to always be happy and to always be inspired.
it's a pleasure.
Thank you, Raynen. Have a beautiful day.
You too.